inside a parlor with 3 deep velvety chairs, a central table with a single flickering candle and windows looking out onto a concrete wall. There were 3 criminals draped in matching orange jumpsuits. The room was surprisingly cozy, for a fake parlor inside Western Row Prison. It could have been a room in anyone's home, if it weren't for a subtle bottle on the false windowsill. The 3 individuals sat solemnly. They knew what they had to decide. The small bottle came with a note. You have 1 hour to decide who dies. The one who is deemed worthy of death will drink the poison and the others will survive. At the end of the hour, if no one has drank the poison, you will all be killed. Choose wisely, as your decision cannot be undone. Your hour starts now.
There's no way I'm dying like this. This is some weird, twisted game.
I don't deserve this. I only did what I had to do.
Why the hell are you guys even here?
Why don't you tell us first? You seem to be in a sharing mood.
A few bad things. My life didn't really end up like I planned it, and I'm guessing that's the same for all of us.
Well, some of us couldn't help it. I didn't choose to be imprisoned. I wasn't even in charge. I shouldn't be the one punished considering the others are still out there and I'm in here with 2 actual criminals deciding which one of us dies.
Criminal? You have no idea why I did what I did. And if you had the parents I have, you would have done the same. If I didn't, I doubt I'd even be alive.
What did you do?
Avoided a beating to try to rid me of the devil. That's what.
Keep going.
I have these freak religious parents. They were gonna beat me half to death if they figured out I was pregnant. What else was I supposed to do? Let myself die for a mistake?
At least I don't mess with babies. That's sick.
You mean you're in here for something just to please your parents? I am a parent, and I only do what I do to keep them alive.
At least you guys have people who might care if you died. Me? I'm not sure if my family would notice I was gone. They stopped speaking to me years ago.
I only worked under orders, and if I stopped, where was I supposed to get a job? No one would hire a formerly convicted sex trafficker.
That's messed up. I would never do something like that.
Then, what did you do to get yourself stuck in here?
I stopped feeling after my parents died and my wife cheated on me. They both happened on the same day.
They don't listen to excuses here, so why don't you tell us the truth?
I guess I'll just say it. I killed my ex-wife's sister after I found out about the affair. My ex-wife moved cities. She was always a coward. So I found the closest thing to her. I couldn't help it. I was just in love with my wife for 20 years and she knew that. I was unbelievably hurt and it just sort of happened. I didn't mean to kill her sister. I just wanted to scare her and rough her up a bit. And she fell and split her head open on the floor. I called 911 and fled the scene. They found me 2 hours later and brought me here. The guild has been killing me ever since.
Wow, you don't seem like the killer type.
Neither do you. So what happened to your baby?
She was barely even alive. It was less cruel than keeping her in my parents' house. Hours after she was born, I took her into a back alley and left her in a bin. I knew her suffering would be short and she would go on to a much better place. The cops found her body and traced her back to me. The rest is history, I guess.
What the hell? Who leaves their baby in a bin? What's wrong with you?
You're not really in a place to judge. You're here too. You're no better than the rest of us.
I grew up in a freaking trailer park. I had no money, no diploma, and 2 kids by the time I was 20, who, by the way, didn't end up in back alley bins. I wasn't qualified to do anything. When Eddie, my landlord, threatened to evict us, I had no other options. He offered to waive my rent if I did him a favor. He made me recruit girls in vulnerable spots to work for him as prostitutes. The girls made some money. It wasn't all bad, you know. Edward's still out there, and I'm in here away from my kids. God, I hope they're all right.
Time was running short. The criminals knew they had to decide who deserved to die soon. So how are we gonna decide? It just doesn't seem fair. None of us should die like this, but if one of us has to, I'll do it. My life doesn't matter anyways. No one would miss me.
I'm sure there's someone who would miss you. Me, on the other hand, well, I have no one anymore. I left my parents' house after I dropped the baby in the alley. They probably think I'm dead already.
I have my kids. They're probably better off without me. I did my best for them, but they resent me for the life I gave them. I don't deserve to be their mom.
Okay, what if we made a deal? Seeing as none of us really want to survive and none of us really want to choose the person who doesn't, what if...
We split the poison 3 ways.
That way, none of us have to choose.
So we're all in.
Yes.
The 3 criminals all stand from their seats and walk towards the tiny bottle of poison on the false windowsill. The room was still cozy and warm, lacking the eerie sense that death was imminent. Jason picked up the bottle and placed a couple drops of liquid into each of their hands. It was a deep red, looking like fresh blood against the flesh of their hands. 3, 2, 1. The three criminals drank the poison which was cupped into their hands. After a moment, a realization occurred. Nothing had happened. They still stood fully alive and breathing, the three criminals. A note slipped under the door.
Congratulations, you have successfully passed the test. You have realized that your actions are unforgivable and you are all willing to die for the crimes you have committed. Now, you are all free to go. The door is unlocked and your belongings are at the front desk. This experiment was proven to be a great success.
The prisoners left astonished. They were released into the world as new people. They had each other to rely now, and as a result, none of them ever committed another crime again.
Tune in next week for episode 2.
I love you.
I stopped feeling after my parents died and my wife cheated on me. They both happened